Astral elves, just face it, you're basic compared to... Nah, I can't do it. All right, let's do it.
Hey, we're going to kick this thing off alphabetically. It looks like we're up to Astral Elves. What do you reckon about Astral Elves, Mitch?
Astral elves. Lot of potential. I like the concept of the ones that are released.
Yeah.
Not as much flavor as the others. Mechanically, they're very similar to the regular elves.
Yeah.
Except older.
Yeah. Well, they got a few more touches in that are different. So the story they're going with here is that long ago, the elves ventured from the Feywilds to the astral plane to be closer to their gods. Life in the Silver Void has imbued their souls with a spark of divine light. That light manifests in a starry gleam in the astral elves' eyes. Because nothing ages in the astral plane, astral elves who inhabit the plane can get very old, and their longevity gives them an unusual perspective on the passage of time. Some are prone to melancholy, while others might display an absence of feeling. Many look for creative ways to occupy themselves, whether they choose to live in quiet contemplation or strike out to explore the reaches of the multiverse. Astral elves tend to see things through the lens of time as having little or no meaning to them. Astral elves who don't dwell in the astral plane can live for more than 750 years old. That's pretty old.
That's pretty old. That's up there with old.
That's going to give you some perspective. We'll talk about that in character concepts. So do you want to start rattling off the what do we get for being an Astral Elf?
Their traits?
Mm-hmm.
I would love to. So the creature type is humanoid. I did think that was going to be Fae for some reason. You are also considered an elf for any prerequisite or effect that requires you to be an elf. Medium, 30 walking speed.
Yep.
Astral Fire. You gain one of the following cantrips, which is Dancing Light, Light, or Sacred Flame.
Yep.
Intelligence, Wisdom, or Charisma is your spellcasting ability for this.
Yeah.
Which is pretty good.
Yeah, yep.
Dark Vision out to 60 feet.
Naturally.
And Fey Ancestry, you have advantage on saving throws to avoid or end the charm condition on yourself. Excellent. Keen senses, just elves being very perceptive. Those big old ears.
That's good.
And Starlight Step. As a bonus action, you can magically teleport up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space. You can use this trait equally a proficiency bonus. And Astral Trance, you don't need to sleep, and magic can't put you to sleep. You can finish a long rest in 4 hours if you spend those hours in a trance-like meditation, much like the other elves.
Yeah. Except,
however,
it's change. Lay it on me.
When you finish this trance, you gain proficiency in one skill of your choice, and with one weapon or tool of your choice, selected from the player handbook. You mystically acquire these proficiencies by drawing them from shared elven memory and the experiences of entities on the astral plane, and you retain them until you finish your next long rest.
This is pretty good. Now, some people might be asking, what happened to my attributes? Where do I get my points there? But they're covered well before this. All these races. And we might just make a small note of it, I guess, for people who aren't familiar with it, is you get either a +2, +1 in two different stats, or you get 3 +1s to add to 3 different stats. So that's just across the board.
They started this with the Reborns and the Hexbloods and the Dampiers, where they basically give you free reign on putting 3 points as long as they're not all in the same one.
So, yeah, which takes away any limitations anymore on why they might be better at one thing than another. And now you just get all these little flavorings. What do you reckon about them, Mitch?
I think they're all right. They're basically regular elves with a little bit of astral sauce on top and a few cherries. But yeah, excellent. They're, it's that power creep that we see. But hey, I still love it. It's not too much.
Yeah, the whole setting's on the same power creep level. It's okay. Things I like are that Astral Fire Dancing lights and lights, yeah. If you're a caster, it might be good to take something like that tucked in the back sleeve there. But that sacred flame will come in handy for someone who's a melee type who needs a ranged weapon just to have up their sleeve. Paladins and so forth could benefit from that, and it's on the casting stats that you're probably going to have some reasonable stats in for a paladin. So that'd come in handy. Dark vision, no change there. That's fine. Advantage on your saving throws, charm, yep, no change. Keen senses, I like perception in there. They used to get plus bonuses, but now it's advantage, or sorry, proficiency. Starlight Step, Misty Step, that's damn handy. And the Astral Trance of reaching out to other things. And let's say the DM drops some loot on you, and it's a +2 glaive, and you're like, I don't have proficiency in that, but I really want it. Because the DM rolled random loot for us, but now you can be like, well, tell you what, I'm going to take a rest on this, I'm going to tune to it, and I'm going to now have proficiency in that weapon, and I'm good to go. So I really see the ease of that slipping in nicely.
Yeah. Do you think that the Astral Trance only happens when you're in the Astral Sea?
I'll tell you a link. The Astral Sea has been used also as the dream scape, also in different versions, if you wanted a dream plane previously in D&D lore. So the astrals, where you go in your dreams, it's how you astrally project, it's how you astrally go. So their link wouldn't necessarily mean things have to be close. Astrally, the space isn't, distance isn't, it's not the same as on the material plane. So linking up with people in astral, I'd say potentially that could be a flavor thing, or else maybe you just go back to normal elf trance. If you want to do that, maybe that's something you talk with the player prior to them selecting races, knowing that could be a limitator, a flavor limitation. But
bring it on them when they leave.
I could see be one of those things. You just got to be aware of how we're playing this, lads. But no, it's standard basic stuff. Nah, leave it as is. But if you did want a flavor, I could see it.
Excellent. So, first up, character creation.
Character after likes and dislikes. Well. You want me to drop one on you, or are you going to hit me?
Yeah. No, I'm putting forward to you, buddy.
Put to me. Hey, I was thinking for our first one, finally, I want to be able to cast fire in space. If you've come from 2E Spelljammer, you used to fly for something called the Phlogiston, which was flammable, and you couldn't have flames on any ships, and mages were extremely dangerous, and so no fires, like absolutely, the whole thing would just explode. So now that that isn't a thing, and I can use fire in space, maybe I want to be a mage, and I want to go throwing some fireballs around and try to take out other people's ships with fire, setting fire to the sails and all that sort of good guff. But now that I read a little bit more into the astral trance and things like that, I'm getting monk vibes. How about you? I think this could be I attune in my once again my trance state as being an elf, and I reach in. So yeah, hard choice. Do I go caster to finally throw fire around space, or do I go monk to reach into the astral void and become a visionary in that?
I like it. I'm actually leaning towards, with the time not meaning much to them, and everything's taking longer, and they sort of don't see time.
Yep.
To me, that would mean as they come to the end of their cycle, they're either going to be very accepting of it, or, like my character, realize, oh no, I've wasted all these years doing nothing, playing. How could I be a level 1 adventurer and be 749 years old? It's time to venture out.
Go out!
And basically play a level 1 wizard that's starting his journey, stepping out of the astral sea at 749.
Yeah, you could do that by taking some knowledge skills to show that you've been around for a while and you know things, but you just, damn it, I never put anything into good use.
I was going to take the Astral Wanderer feat, the Astral Drifter.
Yeah, awesome.
Because then you get the Magic Initiate feat, and also it basically says you're very old.
Yeah. Hey, these are cool, and hey, if you've been playing a lot of D&D, an elf's an elf, you've probably played it before, and you're probably not feeling a lot of flavour from these things. But if you're new to D&D and you haven't played a lot of elves, you've got elves in D&D. This is their way in. I'd definitely take into consideration the age of these creatures, being that are you going to rush into battle and die on a whim when you could live to be 700 and something years old? You're going to be like, slow down. We need to think about these decisions, boys. Don't just go racing off. We can sit on this for 10 years and come up with a plan.
That's when they're going to realize they wasted their life.
They wasted their life not doing anything. So
what are they doing?
So there could be a young elf who's like, whoa, slow down, we got time. And you could be playing the old elf who's like, I gotta go, boy, come on.
What are you talking about? You're going to waste your life like I did. Don't be like me. Don't be like me.
Yeah.
Oh, my back.
Oh, the old bones. Hey, I think space needed elves, and I think they did them right. I don't have any problems with this. I don't think they're as exciting as some of the others, since we haven't played constructs and oozes before, or gliding monkeys, but hey, there's got to be a place for everything, and there's got to be dwarves, there's got to be gnome, there's got to be all that sort of stuff tucked in here, and these are Astral elves. So
I think as a DM tip from me, I'm going to say that there's been a lot of hate put on the human race around Faerun. They're like, even if you read the human thing, it's like humans are so adaptable in their lifestyle, and they don't live long, but they're lots of babies, and they spread. Yeah. They're like a cancer; they spread throughout. I'm like, hey, have humans spread to the astral sea? No, we're thinking too small term. Elves are the real cancer of this world. Them and their safe, traveling the astral sea and Faerun and Feywild. Like, where aren't elves? Those people, they're the racist ones, the elves.
They'd have been the ones who brought in WH&S. All right. Well, I think we've got those covered. I can't wait to Spelljammer. I'm looking excited. I know the local groups up here is getting ready to start running games. So I want to jump involved in that. But hey, we've got plenty more races to run through, another 5 out of the 6 races released in this book. Let's continue powering on. Stay tuned to these videos. Watch out for the links down below. I'm going to link a lot more of these videos, and you're going to be able to jump from one to the next, and then decide out of all the Spelljammer races which one's the right one for you. So stay tuned.